Politicians love microphones. The problem is, they also love saying the dumbest possible things into them.
From denials and lies to lines that aged like spoiled milk, these quotes are the Mount Rushmore of bad judgment.
Tonight, we're counting down the top 10 dumbest things politicians ever said.
10 clips, 10 disasters, and way too many facepalms.
Let's get done.
Number 10, Kristi Noem shot the dog. Kristi Noem is Trump's DHS secretary. In her memoir, she bragged about what she did to her dog. Here's her excuse.
Well, this dog was a working dog, and it had come from a family that already had issues with this dog. And I had put months and months of training into this dog. This dog had gone to other trainers as well.
Translation? I tried everything except not shooting the dog.
Yeah, she treated a puppy like it was a failed CIA operative.
Remind me to never fetch the paper for her.
Number 9 is Richard Nixon. I'm not a crook. Richard Nixon, forced to resign after Watergate, trying to clear his name in 1973. Here's how he defended himself.
I welcome this kind of examination because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
If you have to say it, you probably are.
Cookie Monster's the only one who gets away with not a crook.
And he still steals cookies.
Number 8, Rudy Giuliani. Truth isn't truth. Rudy Giuliani, Trump's lawyer, once tried to explain why Trump shouldn't testify. Here's his defense.
Look, I'm not going to be rushed into having him testify so that he gets trapped into perjury. And when you tell me that, he should testify because he's going to tell the truth and he shouldn't worry, well, that's so silly because it's somebody's version of the truth, not the truth. He didn't have a conversation
truth is
about...
truth. I don't mean to go like...
No, it isn't truth. Truth isn't truth. The President of the United States says, I didn't...
Truth isn't truth. Mr. Mayor, do you realize what...
No.
This is going to become a bad meme.
Don't do this to me.
That's not a legal argument. That's a stroke.
Even a magic 8-ball makes more sense.
And it doesn't sweat hair dye.
Number 7, Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations. In 1998, President Bill Clinton faced questions about Monica Lewinsky. Here's his denial.
But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false, and I need to go back to work for the American people.
Sir, that depends on your definition of relations and pants.
Yeah, he redefined sex the way Trump redefined success.
Both ended messy and bankrupt.
Number 6, Sarah Palin. See Russia. In 2008, Sarah Palin argued her Alaska home gave her foreign policy cred. Here's what she said.
What insight into Russian actions, particularly in the last couple of weeks, does the proximity of the state give you?
There are next door neighbors, and you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
Great insight, unless your neighbors are moose.
Hey, at least the moose didn't need visas.
More qualified than Palin, honestly.
And I can see Russia from my house.
Number 5, Donald Trump. Tariffs. Trump repeatedly claimed tariffs were free money for America. Here's his take.
They cost Americans nothing. They made a great economy for us. They also solve another problem. If we were going to have problems having to do with wars and having to do with other things, tariffs, I have stopped wars with tariffs by saying, you guys want to fight, it's great, but both of you are going to pay tariffs to the United States at 100%. And they have many purposes, tariffs, if properly used. I don't say you use them like a madman. I say properly used. But it didn't cost this country anything. It made this country money, and we never really got the chance to go all out.
Right, like casinos made him money.
Or Trump steaks.
At least tariffs didn't go bad in the freezer.
Number 4, Boris Johnson. I shook hands with everybody. In early 2020, Boris Johnson showed how not to handle COVID. Here's what he bragged about.
I'm shaking hands continuously. I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody. You'll be pleased to know, and I continue to shake hands. And I think it's very important that we, people obviously can make up their own minds. I think that Matt has said that people must make up their own minds, but I think the scientific evidence is, well, I'll hand over to the experts, but our judgment is wash. Washing your hands is the crucial thing.
Congratulations. You just turned a hospital into a petri dish.
Yeah, he spread COVID like it was his manifesto.
And Britain still had to wash his hands of him.
Number 3, George W. Bush. Mission accomplished. In 2003, just weeks into the Iraq War, Bush declared victory. Here's the clip.
Major combat operations in Iraq have ended. In the Battle of Iraq, the United States and our allies have prevailed.
Mission accomplished if the mission was cosplay Top Gun.
Call it Top Gun, zero accountability.
Still, no sequel anyone wanted.
Number 2, Marjorie Taylor Greene, reporter clash. Marjorie Taylor Greene once posted about space lasers starting wildfires. When pressed, here's how she handled it. Roll tape.
About Jewish space lasers. Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
No, why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers? And really, why don't you f*** off? How about that?
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Great defense. Cuss at reporters until the truth runs away.
When your alibi is angrier than the conspiracy, you've lost.
Honestly, I'll take the space lasers. At least those had creativity.
And the number 1 dumbest thing politicians ever said? Mike Johnson, the big, beautiful bill. He was the Speaker of the House at the time. Mike Johnson tried to sell a budget with fairy tale spin. Here's what he promised.
Mr. Speaker, with one big, beautiful bill, we are going to make this country stronger, safer, and more prosperous than ever before. And every American is going to benefit from that.
Yeah. Turns out it wasn't really a budget. It's a Disney movie.
Except this fairy tale ends with higher deficits and fewer rights.
The only thing big and beautiful about that bill was the BS.
I just want to say something that many of us learned when we were children. We were taught, it takes a lot longer to build a lie than to tell the simple truth.
And that's our list. The top 10 dumbest things politicians ever said. Honestly, we could have done a top 100.
And Congress is working on many new entries right now.
If you want more NBS Top 10s, hit subscribe. We love making these.